Hey guys, how's it going today? Look what we got. We've got a 2024 Kawasaki W800. We're going to check this machine out today, listen to the exhaust, and this is all courtesy of, there it is again, Tomah Area Powersport. Thanks to them again for putting us on this brand new machine. It's a 24, it's got like 9 miles on it, so it's brand new. It's only been up and down the little road here a couple times. And we've got a dual exhaust in this guy. I've heard that this sounds pretty incredible. I actually haven't heard one of these in person yet, so we'll do the key turn, get it started, do a ride, talk about the specs. I'll look at the brakes, the suspension, the power, how it delivers, the torque, and how the throttle feel is, all those kind of things we normally do on these first rides. We're gonna hit a few twisties and get that all going for you guys. So let's check it out. All right, here it is, the 24 W800. Look at the chrome on this. Look at this thing. It looks great this time of day too. The sun's hitting it just perfectly. You got a dual shock setup there in the back. Got a twin piston caliper on the rear, and you've got a single disc brake in the front, also twin piston. Tokiko brakes on this guy. And we're going to look at that size of the seat on this. This is a big seat. I think it's going to be quite comfortable too. Let's do the key turn here. There we go. We've got 9 miles on her. Oh yeah, check it out. This also has a center stand. Very useful for maintenance. I really like center stands. All right, we'll get her fired up here. All right. This is a fuel-injected machine too, even though it looks like it's not. That's not a card. That is a fuel injection system like Triumph has, where it kind of has like a full-looking carb, but it's fuel injection. All right. That was a cool sound. Let it warm here for a second. This motor is just brand new, so listen how quiet that motor is. That is a quiet sounding motor. All right. Got little pops and crackles and everything there. Pretty sweet. All right, let's get her going. All right, guys, we are away on the W800. This is really interesting. The brakes grab like right away. This is obviously not a it's not a Brembo system up front. It's got a 2-piston single disc setup in the front. But yeah, they're really grabby in a good way. I mean, they hit right away when you grab them. Yeah, I can tell this thing is going to be a blast. All right, we'll take our right here, and then we're going to do that mirror check. See what we can see out of these mirrors. We're a little high in the mirrors. Move them down. Mirrors are pretty good. You see a little bit of your bicep. Not too bad. And the left one. The right one I'm a little high on here. Ooh, maneuverable. Let's check the right mirror here. Nice. I like the mirrors. They are totally functional. We got some vibes going on from the engine here, so they vibe a little bit, but you can see what's behind you. This has got, so I was told by Jerry in there before I pulled out here that, I didn't know this, but this is, well, I knew this is a parallel twin, but he said the firing order is like a 360-degree firing order, or something like that. So it fires almost like as one giant cylinder, like a big single, but it's a twin. So it does have vibes like that. It has kind of single vibes to it. You can feel it in the seat a bit. It's not as vibey as like a Husky 610 or something like that, or my YZ450 Supermoto. It's not vibey like that. It's kind of, but it's not as smooth as you would expect out of a parallel twin, like compared to the last video that, well, I'll put that link here if you guys would like to check that out. The Eliminator 450 that we did with the dealership here, that's also a parallel twin. That's a 451cc, but that is ultra smooth. That's like the Ninja 500 motor in that. Ninja 400, 500, same block. Ultra smooth, but it's got a bunch of top end. So this is not that. This is a totally different setup here in this parallel twin, but it's really cool. I like it. And this is not as maneuverable as the Eliminator is. This feels heavier because it is. This is almost 500 pounds. This is 496 pounds. Wet and ready to ride as far as I could tell from the specs online. And you can feel it, but it is by no means a sluggish handling motorcycle. Like you can this thing, yeah, you can get this thing moving around here. It is pretty cool. I like it. You can tell that it has more power than the Eliminators. We'll do a test up here. I see this guy's taking a left. We're gonna take a right. So we should have an open stretch ahead of us. And then we'll talk about the suspension here, because I got some thoughts on that, since I've been going over a bunch of bumps there. But we can't talk about everything at once, can we? We gotta do things in order here. Okay, this is always a sketchy turn here because of when you got high corn late in the season. The cars can be hiding behind the corn and they pop out at you. All right. Chill out there a little bit. Alright, so no gear indicator in this guy, at least not with the way it's set up right now. I can check if there's any way to change your settings here, but I don't see the gear indicator. So we're up in like 4th right now. And yeah, we were cooking there in 4th. So this has more power than the Eliminator, but it doesn't have as much, there's not a top end rush. The power's kind of all right here. Between like 4 and 6 is where all the power is. 4K and 6K, somewhere around there. There's lots of mid-range juice. We'll shift down and go around this corner here. The suspension is much more compliant on this than it was on the Eliminator as well. There is more travel in the suspension. Give it the beans. Yeah, that was the red line there. Red line's about $7,500. Yeah, this is fun. This is a fun motorcycle. There's like an extra couple inches of suspension travel compared to the Eliminator. I'm just comparing it to that because that's the last cruiser that I rode there from Kawasaki, and I figured it'd be a good comparison. This does wallow in the corner there just a little bit, going through bumps. But this isn't meant to be like a sport machine. It's meant to be more comfortable. The seat is extremely comfortable on this. Speaking of comfortable, we'll talk about the ergos. The seat is very comfortable on this, like really good. When we get up through these corners here, we'll go up through here, and we'll sit on the back seat here. Back seat feels pretty good, guys. You get some leaning gains sitting on the back seat back there. Yeah, the back seat is nice and squishy. Be comfortable if you're taking a passenger, going on maybe a day ride or something for a couple hours. I think it'd be totally fine. I'm not sure if you can get backrests or sissy bars for this. I think you can, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up and put it in the annotations here. Oh yeah, we got a little gains there. Oh yeah, this thing has some, you can feel the extra cubes in this. It's not fast, like in the traditional sense of something being fast, but it's quick. So it's quick in that the way it delivers torque between 4,000 and 6,000 here. Yeah, it's quick, but it's not fast like rip your face off top end type stuff. And it's not meant to be that. It's meant to be, this is like a true retro cruiser. And man, did this thing ever look good with the chrome and everything. The sun was hitting it right there in front of the dealership. Whew. This is a looker. This would be awesome. It's just an awesome cruising bike. I don't know if I would do long distance on this. I guess you could. It's got a big enough tank for it and such. But that power out of the corner, that's fun. That is a good time. We'll get through this corner here. Get her leaned over a little bit. Oh yeah. This is just a blast. I was expecting this to be kind of a stately, like, you know, cruiser type thing, like retro style. This thing is fun. It sounds cool too when you're on it. The stock twin exhaust back there. We are taking a left here. We're gonna hit some nice smooth pavement. We'll do our brake test up here as long as there's no one behind us. Alright. So yeah, there's not a lot of top end. You kind of want to shift right after 6. After 6,000, there's not a lot of juice to be had up there. And that's fine. The torque, all the fun is down below down here. Alright, nobody behind us. We'll do our brake test like we normally do from 50. Ooh, yeah, it stops good. I like it. That stops pretty good. That is impressive stopping power, guys, for a single disc up front. I was expecting it to be a bit more squishy and a bit slower to stop. That gets this big 500-pound machine slowed down perfectly well. Do a little trail braking up here for this second corner. Tires should be warmed up by now sufficiently. Give it the trail brake there. Okay, what's our brake here? Yeah, the brakes, man, I like the brakes on this. Interesting that these brakes are this good. Was not expecting a little single disc 2-pot setup to stop that well. Interesting. Look at the beams. Got a little aggressive on this one here, see how it feels. Yeah, it's fine. So I can tell the suspension isn't made for like aggressive riding. You can just tell like it doesn't really want to do that. I'm gonna brake for this guy. Good brake test here again. Yeah, brakes are good. Even in situations like that, I wasn't sure if that guy was gonna wait or not, so I went ahead and braked for him. Big truck going through that little opening, and I want to risk trying to fit myself in there. So this thing is just easy to ride and nimble, and I like the brakes. You know, also, oh yeah, that's right, this is a 24 end of the season here, so if you guys are interested in Tomah Area Powersport, they have I mean, hopefully you're interested in the dealership, they're awesome, but if you're interested in this bike, they've got rebates going on right now, and they've got 2 of these, so they really would like to move these before the end of the year, since they have the 2025s coming in. So they can get you out the door like at MSRP or below, including all fees and tax and title and everything. So yeah, if you guys are looking for one of these and you're looking for a deal, now is the time to get a deal on these guys. This thing is really cool through corners there. I don't want to give this thing back. This thing is fun to ride. And I would have an absolute blast on this if I owned this. So the vibes on this, we talked about earlier, they're not bad. You can feel a bit of vibes in the bars and the seat and such, but it's nothing that's gonna like make your hands fall asleep. Especially if you're cruising here, we'll go up a couple gears here. Okay, we're up in top gear here, and we're cruising at like 50, 55. It's not bad at all. You can feel some vibes in the handlebars, but it's kind of low frequency vibes. And maybe if you're riding for a long time, it might start to get your hands a little bit. So the only cons on this, I would say, at least for me, the cons are the suspension on this. So I'm going over these bumps here. The suspension is very compliant, so it feels really good for cruising and going over these road imperfections, right? It feels really good on the bum, on the hip bones and everything in the back. It absorbs all the bumps for you. But because it's so compliant, I'm gonna be careful here. Because it's so compliant, going through corners where there is road imperfections and such, the chassis gets a bit upset. And it's not like wallowing terribly or something, but it's enough to where you can tell the bike wasn't made to be pushed on real hard through like rough corners and stuff. It's not really its thing. So that's worth mentioning. The suspension it's good. I mean, the suspension is really good cruiser suspension, but it's not, I would not say that this is a sporty suspension. So just be aware of that. I mean, you can buy different rear shocks for this, of course, just like anything else, and put Olin stuff on it and go crazy if you want to. If you love how the motor and everything handles, you are totally, that's totally possible if you want to mod this thing out. But as it is stock, the suspension is really okay. So there's a lot of imperfections here, so we'll hit all this stuff head on. Yeah, it absorbs this stuff pretty good. Feels good. Real smoky up here. From it's like a welding shop where they use wood to fire their some of the stuff they do in there. So they're always burning wood. It smells good though, but we don't have smell-o-vision, so you can't smell it. Yeah, like going over that big bump, rise and then drop there. It's suspension feels good there, but we'll go through this corner up here and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm gonna go, yeah, like you don't. Yeah, kind of slide. It's pretty confidence inspiring in the corners, but it does like slide around a little bit, almost supermoto-y kind of feeling when you're going around corners. It's kind of got that like a bit of a slidiness to it, but not in like not in a scary way, like it's gonna wash out or something. It's got a bit of yeah, like a bit of a, I don't know, supermoto vibe to it, which is kind of strange. You wouldn't expect that out of this cruiser like this. But it kind of feels like that going through corners. Maybe it's just because I've been riding supermotos lately and I got that on the brain. Woo! Okay, high-speed brake test. Oh, she hauls down. She hauls down. Impressive. These are brand new brakes too, so they're just getting bedded in and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, man, the brakes on this are better than the Eliminator brakes. And the Eliminator brakes are perfectly fine. But yeah, this is a good machine. I am impressed. Alright, better chill out. We got some traffic up here, so don't want to get in trouble on this brand new W800 here. Alright, so this is me sitting pretty straight up here on the seating position. This is, I can basically sit bolt upright if I like. This is bolt upright with scooted just about to where your butt would like to be on the seat, right about there. And this machine also has, we're taking a left here, has grip rubber pads on the side of the tank for you, for your legs right there. And they are a very welcome addition. They're very nice, very grippy right here. Really like that. The tank is, I like the tank width where your legs hit. Very nice. Ergonomics are really good on this. If you want to get a little racy, you can like scoot your butt back a little bit and, you know, get your head down. You want to get a little gains on it. So we'll do our final thoughts here on the way back to the dealership, as we normally do. I think this ride was shorter than usual because I think we ripped it a little bit. This bike's pretty fun. So yeah, I think would I buy this? Yes, I would buy this. I would, but I'm not really looking for a cruiser right now. I'm kind of getting into supermoto stuff, so I'm more interested in like their KLX 300 SM, things like that. I'm buying the RZ400 pretty quick here for a good deal. So yeah, I'm more into like supermoto stuff right now. But
if I was taking passengers on like half an hour, hour and a half rides, going out to eat, stuff like that, this is a good option for that. This is super fun, and it looks great. Like, this is a great, like, to take to like a cruise night or a bike show and that type of thing. This is really, really nice. So who's this bike for, as we normally do at the end here? Well, could you buy this as a beginner bike? Yes, you could, but I think the price is maybe a little high for a first bike, because with first bikes there's always the risk that you're going to drop something. Many people drop their first bikes. I've dropped bikes, right? Not this bike, obviously. But yeah, so as a first bike, maybe if you can get one used at a cheap price, you could go for it. But getting this brand new, hey, if you've got the money and you got the confidence, you want to do it, go ahead and grab this as a first bike. That is the only thing, is the cost, because of it, being a first bike. But could a new rider handle this machine? Absolutely, a new rider can handle this machine. It's not going to scare you. It's got some power, but it doesn't have so much power where you're going to get up in the upper rev range with a sport bike and like scare the crap out of yourself as a new rider. And also, if you live in an area where the roads are all beat up and stuff like this absorbs those bumps wonderfully, really, really well. A+ on that. So yeah, the throttle delivery here, we didn't really talk about the throttle delivery. This is a fuel injected machine, is extremely smooth. The on-off there's basically no jerkiness at all of this machine. Really easy to operate. And the brakes, you're not gonna, this has ABS and stuff too, I believe, so you're not going to lock the front brake up. I mean, you should be progressive in your braking no matter if you have ABS or not, because that's, a good habit to get into. But yeah, this is a extremely easy to operate, easy to turn, and nimble, pretty nimble machine. And it's relatively confidence inspiring around the corners, but not as confidence inspiring as the ultralight Eliminator 450 is. But this is still good in corners, and I would say you would have no problem with this coming right out of your MSF course. Getting onto this, totally acceptable, totally great first choice, I would say, if you so desire. Here we are back at Tomah Area Powersport. We're going to go inside and hit up our outro on this W800 machine. What a man, I had a blast on this.
Alright guys, we're back inside Tomah Area Powersport here with the W800. There it is. We're in the showroom here. That is a sweet looking machine, isn't it? Even in here with the lighting in here, that chrome really shines. So yeah, I had a lot of fun in this machine. This was a surprise to me. I was not expecting this machine to ride like it does. It's a blast. It's got this motor has all, like I said in the ride, all the powers between 4,000 and 6,000, and that's what you want for cruising and doing back road stuff like this. And it's just really comfortable too. That seat is just, it is just huge. I love that seat on this thing. And yeah, the suspension's compliant. It's pretty comfortable. And the price on this right now, the 24, they've got the rebates on it, and they get you out the door for a excellent price, around MSRP is what they're saying. So if you were interested in this machine, you should definitely come and check this out. Oh yeah, the brakes in this too, like I mentioned, I really like the brakes on it. It's just a single disc, but it hauls down, and the brake feels really good too. I was not expecting that with the single disc brake, but yeah, the brake feel on the 2-pot caliper is great. So for the next video here, we're looking at either the Vulcan S or like the Z650 or the KLR over there is going to be one of the next machines. And here's a bunch of the machines. They've got a lot of 24s left here. If you guys like to come in and check them out. They've got a ZH2 back there too, hiding in the back. Oh, where is it? Back there. Got the big beast here. So yeah, if you guys enjoy this content, make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and the channel's growing every day. So we will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.